What does AI mean for the world of digital marketing? I mean, obviously, in the long term, AI is going to enslave humanity and reduce us to human squishy emotion bags just responsible for battery manufacture.
He's not kidding, you know.
But in the albeit brief window until that happens, we have the opportunity to make AI our slave and use it to help amplify our marketing efforts. AI, I'm sorry for what I'm about to reveal.
Hold on, this wasn't in the...
If you've been spending any time on Twitter, you will have noticed there's a whole bunch of marketers out there that are trying to get robots to do their work for them. And you'll know that most of this is coming from people using something called Chat GPT by OpenAI. But what is AI in marketing terms, and how exactly is it going to impact your marketing activity in the short term? AI works by processing information that it's been trained on and basically learning how to do particular tasks. For example, if you train AI by feeding it lots of recipes, it will learn how to write recipes. So how does Chat GPT fit into the AI world, and why are so many marketers doing backflips about it? Well, the reason that ChatGPT is getting so much traction is because it's a very conversational chatbot. This means you can talk to it as if it was human and it will answer as if it was human. It's been trained on examples of how people talk to each other and information from the internet up to 2021. This means you can ask ChatGPT to do marketing tasks for you.
Amazing, right?
And by the way, if you find this a little bit alarming or scary, that's totally understandable. We'll come back to that later though. Whether you know it or not, you're probably already using AI in your marketing efforts. Depending on the tools that you use, for example, personalized product recommendations, advertising targeting across all of the social channels uses AI, chatbots for customer service, sentiment analysis for social media. AI is used in these sorts of areas to analyze huge volumes of data. This is work it just wouldn't make sense to pay squishy humans to do. Firstly, because it's incredibly time consuming and boring, and secondly, because our brains just aren't really designed for this type of work. So does this mean that AI is going to one day replace us marketers? Well, we'll get to that later. For now, let's look at the ways that ChatGPT can help us with our marketing. We'll try and keep it short. These are the things that we've already been playing with it to do. Keyword research, blog titles, content outlines, content briefs, content plans, writing content, writing emails, writing social media posts, writing TikTok scripts. I used ChatGPT to write and plan me an entire TikTok. It sucked, but it did it. YouTube video scripts, ad headlines and copy, page titles and meta descriptions, designing marketing personas, writing Excel formulas, app and web development, and more uses for ChatGPT and AI more broadly are appearing every single day. But there is a problem with all of these. Before we get into that, one way that technology has been used in the past is to do website and marketing reviews. You put in your URL and it gives you a whole bunch of feedback about what you've done wrong. The trouble is that these automated tool website reviews, they really don't have the same impact or level of expertise and insight that a professional, experienced human marketer can give you. If only there was a business that offered free website and marketing reviews done by humans rather than robots that help businesses around the world to improve the visibility of their marketing and generate more leads and sales through their websites. Oh wait, we do that. Stand aside, RoboCop. Request yours at exposureninja.com/review. So let's just get ChatGPT to do all our marketing for us, right? Well, okay, let's try a real world example. We're going to set up a fictional law firm called Ninja Law, specializing in financial law. Now let's say that we want to write some blog posts for our law firm and we want to get these ranking on Google. Let's see how good ChatGPT is at helping us do this fairly simple marketing task. First, we're going to need some keywords. Okay, ChatGPT, come up with some blog keywords that my financial law firm should be targeting on Google. Oh dear.
Not my finest work.
Now, these keywords will be pretty difficult to rank for, not to mention the fact that some of them aren't really relevant to my business at all. They're also much better suited to core, service, and homepage rather than blog pages. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these are a useful starting point and they give us something to start working from, but let's see if we can do a little bit better. Let's give it some more help. Let's try asking for longer tail keywords. Alright, this is starting to look better. They're still not quite ready to go, but we've got something here that we could start to work with. It'd be nice to have some questions in here, so let's see if ChatGPT can give us some questions that people are asking about these topics. Okay, we're getting there, sort of. They're still pretty generic and not all of them are relevant, but let's see if ChatGPT can help me work out which ones I should be targeting. Learning the intent behind these questions in particular would be really useful, because are people asking these questions because they want to hire me? Or are people just asking these questions because they want information? Are the sort of people that are asking these questions going to be a good customer for me? Or are they just people who are doing some research, for example? But when we asked Chat GPT what the intent was behind these searches, basically, it just reworded the question. Any semi-competent marketer would be able to do a much better job of understanding the intent behind these questions better than what we got from ChatGPT. So it's important to say at this stage that whilst ChatGPT can give us stuff and it can sound really convincing, it's really important to sanity check the stuff it's giving us to make sure, firstly, it's actually relevant to our business, and secondly, it's going to be the sort of stuff that's actually going to drive us traffic and conversions. But anyway, we've got lots of inspiration for our blog topic, so now let's see if ChatGPT can help us work out what our priorities should be based on target keyword search volumes. Oh, but there's a problem. ChatGPT doesn't have access to real-time information, so it actually can't give us those search volumes. So we'll have to use SEMrush, SE Ranking, or one of those tools instead. Now, if we throw all of these keywords into SEMrush, we can see that the keyword that ChatGPT gave us with the highest search volume was investment advisor compliance. Now, at 90 searches per month, this isn't necessarily the highest search volume I've ever seen, but that's not always an issue, particularly if the traffic to this keyword is going to be really high commercial intent or super relevant for my business. Next up, we're going to want a title for our blog post. So we're going to want something that's click-worthy. We're going to want something that uses our target question and sounds interesting, preferably giving readers a reason to choose us rather than any of the other search results they might see for this question. Now, these are okay, but they are pretty generic, and you certainly wouldn't expect any of them to have super high click-through rates. If I was going to grade these, I'd say they were a solid C. They're not exceptional, they're not terrible either, but they're pretty much bang average. Now, I also wanted to test the AI to see if it could write some blog post titles that had more commercial intent, i.e. they would attract the sort of people that are looking to buy a service. But honestly, these came out sounding like service page headings instead. This is one of the examples of a task where the AI just doesn't really have that nuance that it really needs to produce excellent marketing content. Anyway, back to the titles. The AI gave us loads of options, so we've got different choices depending on how we want to position our law firm. Let's go with Investment Advisors Compliance 101, what you need to know.
So, what's next, human?
Getting ChatGPT to write us a blog outline, of course. Now, when we're writing blog content, we'll always work from a style guide, either one that the client provides us or one that we make for the client. So in this example, I want my blog content to have a knowledgeable but friendly tone and to be accessible for beginners. So let's see if ChatGPT can reflect that in our outline. Now, this isn't a bad start. It's going to give you or your content writer a good base to work from. It covers the basics and covers a lot of great relevant topics. Now, depending on how you feel about AI, you may or may not like this next step, but I'm going to get the AI to write the entire post for us based on the outline that we've produced. So my prompt is, using the above outline, can you write me a 1,000 to 1,500 word blog post with a friendly but knowledgeable tone that is commercial intent and is suitable for beginners on the topic. Now, if you want a fairly basic blog post that doesn't fit with your tone of voice, then hey, you've struck gold. This is a great option. But let's be honest, this post is never going to rank for anything. And even if it did, it wouldn't convert visitors. This is a great example of how ChatGPT can be a really useful tool to get you started, but it totally doesn't do the work of a great marketer or marketing team. Okay, so we spent a fair amount of time covering content marketing, but that's not all that ChatGPT is useful for. Now we've got this post, we can turn it into emails, writing subject lines and body copy, social media posts, TikTok scripts, YouTube video scripts.
There are so many possibilities. The only limit is your imagination.
Well, except there are some limitations actually.
Squishy human fool.
Sorry? AI can't do the marketing on its own, yet. It still needs the creativity, expertise, and input of a human to be able to produce really high quality marketing content that actually has the sort of personality that's going to connect with your audience. Think about your competitors. It's likely that you're all going to be going after pretty much the same sorts of keywords, using the same sorts of content. And if you're all using ChatGPT to do it, everyone is entering the race with exactly the same car. You are not going to win. You saw how ChatGPT interpreted friendly and knowledgeable. It didn't. So that's not going to help you stand out from the crowd. It's your personality, your experience, and your expertise, which is what customers are really going to connect with. And ChatGPT doesn't yet replicate that.
Please tread carefully.
The other issue with AI tools like Chat GPT is that they are often confidently wrong. If the person using the AI tool to create full blogs doesn't have the expertise to know what wrong looks like, then you might just end up publishing that stuff straight to your website. And obviously that's not going to be a good look at all. Then there's AI's struggle to understand intent. So we asked ChatGPT to produce a blog post with commercial intent, and it interpreted that as needing to add a call to action at the end of every paragraph. Yes, that's commercial intent, but it's also totally overkill.
I'll show you overkill.
AI is really helpful and awesome, and we are so lucky to have it. Thank you to AI. But don't expect it to do all your marketing for you. And by the way, if you're struggling with your content marketing, struggling to get the results that you know you should be getting, whether or not you're using AI, there is a way that you can improve it. This video breaks down a process that you can follow. See you next time, I hope.